So, Spirit Blossom is dead. And what I mean by that is not that it won't be getting any more skins, quite the opposite in fact. No, what I mean is that Spirit Blossom is suffering the fate of High Noon, and Odyssey, and Anima Squad, and Coven, and Blood Moon, and Dragonmancers, and Battle Academia, and Porcelain, and Winterbliss, and Nightbringer, and Dawnbringer, and Cosmic, and Darkstar, and Project. Oh my god, especially the fate of Project. Spirit Blossom is dead from overexposure and concept rot, and this is something that Riot has always, and unfortunately will always do to their best and most interesting skin lines. Step 1. A bunch of creative artists at Riot come up with a cool, interesting new concept and manage to push it through to production. Step 2. The cool, interesting new concept becomes popular because it is cool, interesting, and new. Step 3. Riot sees all the sales that the cool, interesting, and new skin line is making and tells its creative workers to produce more. And then Step 4. The cool, interesting new skin line becomes saturated with a bunch of uncool, uninteresting, and derivative skins, not only draining the concept of its novelty, but often directly undercutting the things that made the skin line interesting to begin with. Spirit Blossom was interesting because its original lineup very carefully chose a limited set of champions to represent a limited pantheon of Ionian spirit deities and concepts. This was unified under a central, consistent aesthetic and supported by a serious narrative push in the form of a visual novel that allowed the player to connect with all of these specific characters. It felt both like world building for the world of Runeterra and like each skin was a fully realized character with a story that you would be rewarded for getting invested in. Not that every original skin succeeded as a perfect masterpiece, of course, but the whole of the project was very cohesive. But then it sold really well, so 2 years later, here comes another 9 much less carefully chosen, much less aesthetically cohesive champions with much less narrative to support them, doing very little to reward the investment and attachment that fans had to the original set of characters. And then, 3 years after that, in the present day, here comes another 14 new champions, even less carefully chosen, even less aesthetically cohesive, and even less narratively supported. Poor Ivern deserved better than this. Skin lines that suffer this fate either transform into vapid, artistically empty but lucrative shop filler, that's what happened with Project and Blood Moon, or, as happened with Odyssey, the sales of the skin line collapses as the original appeal is lost and the skin line dies a death of mercy. I think Spirit Blossom will turn out to be one of the former kinds of skin line. Like, it has already overtaken Project in sheer numbers, and it looks like the skins are selling just fine. And while I don't begrudge any player their choice in cosmetics, buy whatever you want that makes you happy so long as it isn't the gacha shit. But as an old head, I can't help but sit here and be bitter as I watch Riot Games Incorporated once again churn interesting ideas into repetitive slop.